the sound. Make sure my junk is good. Sound check 2 1 2. Actually, might hold the mic. I find it better when you hold the mic. I gotta get my arm back from my boy. I have an arm that sits down. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Mic sounds good. Okay. Cool. Let's get to it. Um, there's some things that happened in sports today, and get out of here. Some things that happened in sports today. Uh, I gotta react to it, man. I gotta react to it. Okay, so let's get to it, man. Let's just start shooting things, man. So, anyways, let's talk about last night's game. Today is Friday, November 22nd. Last night, the let me just pull it up real quick. Last night started off the week. Thursday night football. Oh, here we go. Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland won. The score was 19 Pittsburgh, 24 Cleveland. Um, let's see. Russell Wilson, 21 for 28, 270 yards passing, one TD, got sacked 4 times with a 76.4 passer rating. Justin Fields got in a couple times. He ran the ball a couple times. Um, Jameis Winston, he was 18 for 27, 219 yards, one interception. I honestly, that interception was more like it slipped at my hands kind of deal. It wasn't like, oh my god, he just threw it to the wrong person. It was more like, oh, it slipped up, it came at my hand and it went a little bit left. So I don't, yes, it goes down on him, but it is what it is. So let's continue. Um, Najee Harris, 16 carries, 41 yards. Nick Chubb, 20 carries, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns. My thoughts on the game. This was an AFC North game. Okay, this is what the division is. Okay, it's nasty, it's gritty, it's dirty, and all you need to do is just make that final play, right? So who? Because most of this division, and I said this before in the podcast, um, this division in the whole AFC, the AFC North was going to be the most interesting one because I got some hair in my mouth. The way that I explained it was the AFC North was going to be the most interesting uh, division in the AFC conference. Okay, the NFC North was the opposite in the NFC, but it's coming down to what I said. So I said earlier in the season that the Steelers they need to get all their games. They need to get it early, right? Because the schedule was easy on the front half and it gets tougher on the back half. So let's look at it real quick, right? How can I put this on the front screen? I'm gonna do this. Come over here, schedule. There we go. All right, cool. So you can see that. Go away. Go away, sponsors. I don't need you. Anyways, so let's look at this. So this is why I was saying the Steelers need to get their wins and they need to get it early, right? So they had the Falcons at first. Yeah, that was a win. The Falcons started slow. Kirk Cousins coming off an injury. Let's go ahead and get that dub and get out of there. Denver. Also, Russell Wilson was hurt. Okay, let's also not forget that Russell Wilson was hurt for like the first 6 games. Denver. Bo Nix is young, so right now they're not even trying to win. They're just trying to figure out their quarterback. Los Angeles Chargers. Hey, Jim Harbaugh is there. They're just trying to figure out their quarterback at this time. Well, not even figure out their quarterback. They're really trying to figure out their team dynamic and how they're going to run things. When you get Jim Harbaugh going there, wait, is it Jim or John? No, it's Jim, right? I'm pretty sure it's Jim. When you get Jim on there, basically at this point in time, you know that you're going to be a run and D team, okay? And the quarterback is, if your quarterback is good, cool. If your quarterback is bad, then we'll find another one, basically. But basically, it's going to be run and defensive type of team. But the Chargers just need to figure that out and how they're going to work that out. Because they really don't have any big name receivers except for Conklin, who I think he came out of Georgia. So yeah, they're trying to figure their way out. So they're in discovery mode basically. They're in discovery mode. If you know anything about the UX UI designers, anything like that, or just the process of going about problem solving, discovery mode, define mode, develop mode, deliver mode. Okay. Right now the Los Angeles Chargers, they was in discovery mode at this point, so they're trying to figure out the way. Indianapolis Colts, they could have won that game. Let's be real, they could have won that game, man. They could have won that game, but it was just a little slippage at the end. They botched the pit. They botched the handoff. Was it a handoff? No, they botched the snap. That's what it was. Justin Fields dropped the ball or something like that. That's what happens when you know, between the center and him. I think he stumped his foot, and the center just saw that and just took off, and it wasn't supposed to go down like that. Dallas, they lost to Dallas. They should not have lost to Dallas. Like Dallas, I can't even remember what happened that game, but they shouldn't have lost to Dallas. Like the crazy part is that Harris is literally your leading wide receiver. Their leading receiver. That tells you everything you need to know. Like it was just an off game. And then Las Vegas Raiders. Come on, bro. The Raiders. I kept telling y'all what was it gonna do in Week 8, and then at this point, I think I want to say at this point, this is when Devontae Adams got the hamstring issue, so he basically dipped out. And then the New York Jets, Russell Wilson came in there. They got the dub over that. They look good. Russell was hitting with the moon ball, you know. Then the New York Giants came in there. They got pretty much smacked. It's just Russell Wilson operating. Everybody's still trying to figure out how to stop that. Then they go into their bye week. Then they go to play Washington. They beat Washington in a close matchup. And then after that, they played the Baltimore Ravens, and they didn't even score a touchdown. And this is where the red zone issues come up was Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson, he can't get the red zone game in. Like he can't lock that in, unfortunately. But okay. Yeah, he can't lock that. He can't get. He's really bad at red zone, but Fields is good at red zone. So that's what led to this game last night. So this game last night that happened, you saw that they were switching out between Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, because they realized that Justin Fields, this is a nitty gritty game. Justin Fields has a better running ability, and on top of that, Russ was not getting in on the end zone at the end of the game, which, as you can see when you look at the score, it transpired because they lost 24-19. James Winston was balling. Okay, so hey, on to next week. But if you look at everything, this is why I was saying they need to get all the wins they possibly could. All right, what am my hair doing? Crazy things. This is why I said they need to get the win that they possibly could. Right, as many wins as they possibly could, because after this, like, don't get twisted. The Washington game, like, did anybody really expect that Washington was gonna be a tough team? Like, before we realized that James Daniels was him. No, we didn't. We was like, chop it up as a dub, right? Look at all those teams before. Those were pretty easy teams. Atlanta, easy. Denver, easy. Los Angeles Chargers, easy. Indianapolis Colts, they should have been easy. Let's be real, but whatever. Dallas should have been an easy win, but it is what it is. Las Vegas, easy win. New York Jets, I thought that we got more competition out of the Jets, but I guess they got too many problems. It's not going down the way that any of us predicted. We expected better results from what they got. We expect them to have a better record than that. So it is what it is. New York Giants. Come on, man. So you see what I'm saying? The first 8 weeks were dubs. They're pretty easy weeks. You should get some wins out of there. Now after that, you get Washington, which is a great team to come off of a bye and take on. That's a good win. And then you got Baltimore. What did you expect to get out of Baltimore? You know it's gonna be a division game, so you know it's gonna be nasty, ditty, gritty, and ugly, right? But the biggest thing is just get that final win. Now I had Baltimore winning that game because I thought Derrick Henry. We'll talk about the Ravens later on, but I thought Derrick Henry would take over that game. But Baltimore got issues. I'll talk about them later. Anyways, let's just keep moving on. And then you get to Cleveland, and now we got problems. We're starting to see the flaws of this team. This is what I'm saying. It's getting ugly now. Because now what has happened is you don't took on a division rival, right? Because look at this. None of these guys are division rivals, except for Baltimore. Now you're taking on your division. It gets tough from this point on. It is go time. The Steelers need to be on point. Whatever the situation is, whatever they need to do, they should have their identity, which is pretty much defense. They're trying to make it a run team, but the run game is really not hitting. Like, I'm going to be real with you. Like, I see Najee Harris out here, getting the 5 yards and everything like that. I see it. But you saw they started putting Jaylen Warren in more because they needed that splash. They needed something to pop. And unfortunately, Najee Harris wasn't popping at that point. Like, it's not that he's bad. It wasn't popping the way that they need to pop. That's why Justin Fields started coming in too, because they need a pop. They need something to happen. So now that they lost that game, they lost the 1-1 in the division. Now they got to take on Cincinnati. Don't get it twisted. Cincinnati defense ain't good. That junk ain't good. That junk is terrible. Okay, they're giving up cheeks. Now, but the issue is the offense is really good. Okay, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, those guys are balling. Okay, even Gagetsky and Chase Brown, those guys are balling right now. They're doing pretty good. The offense is still clicking and ticking. The problem is that they don't have no defense. So the Steelers could cause some noise. They can get some points on these guys. Like, seriously. But see, it's kind of weird because it's like you're not really an offensive team and you're taking on a bad defense. So we expect better production. But we still think that the Cincinnati offense will probably outscore you. But the defense of the Steelers is really good, though. So what does that tell me? It tells me it comes down to the offensive line. Who's going to be the offensive line that gives it up first? Who gives it up the most? Right? Because whoever can get to the quarterback the most is the team that's going to win. It's a defensive game here, people. All right? With TJ Watt on that team, I still think they have a chance. I know they lost, what's his name? Mischief or something like that. I can't remember his name right now. I'm sorry. But I know that they're missing him. And that's a big loss because he unlocks TJ Watt. It's going to get tough from this point on. I honestly feel I think it's gonna get tough. Just know that. But yeah, for this team, I think it's gonna come down to whose defense is gonna show out the most. For honestly, Cincinnati's defense, if they get like 1 or 2 stops, that's good enough. Like, seriously, like I expect them to get more stops because I just don't think that offense is that good. But if they can get 1 or 2 stops in critical time, which is fourth quarter, I think Cincinnati can walk away with a win on this game. So there you go. But I still sit with what I said from the beginning. It really comes down to T.J. Watt and then your quarterback conundrum. Like, you got to figure that out. Truth, honestly, you might have to just have Russ play like. Russ may be good between like the 25 yards on both sides, and then you have to give it to Justin, and then give it to Justin Fields so he can get it in for the red zone. Basically, yeah, you know what? That's the best part of the best way. Justin Fields is for the red zone. Russell Wilson is for everything else. I think that's the best way to go about it. I know it throws off the rhythm. It sounds crazy, but the way that this team is set up right now and how they're playing, I think that's the best method going forward. I know it sounds so crazy. It sounds crazy to me too, but I'm just being realistic with your situation. Justin Fields does better in the red zone. Simple as that. And Russ does not. I don't know why Russ doesn't do good in the red zone. It's just they just don't do good in the red zone. So yeah, they got to figure that out. Then after that, you got Cleveland again. That's not easy because you just coming back off. Look, you're going back to back to back to back off division games, and then when you get done with your division, you gotta play the Eagles. Anybody consider that an easy win? The Eagles is just out there just squatting their opponents. So let's be real. Just throw Justin Fields is like Justin Fields. Jalen Hurts is pretty much saying just throw the defense in my back and I'm just gonna squat on them. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up like that. Cause that's literally how they're winning. They're literally winning off of talent. Something about their schemes is just kind of weird to me. It's not working out. But their talent is so good, and they just need to come down to. I think they did finally come down to realization. This is a run team. This is to pass the ball to to Saquon Barkley, and you roll like that, and then everybody else is like second fiddle to that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say second fiddle, but they're just not the number one option. Saquon is number one option. Play with that. Play around do whatever you got to with that, and then after that, you give the ball to Jalen so he can give it to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and them and Dallas Goedert. Then after that, you got the Baltimore Ravens. That's not an easy game. Not an easy game again because I'm pretty sure Baltimore's looking back at this game like, yo, we're gonna see y'all again, and they're probably biting at the blocks to come at you, man. You know what I'm saying? Chipping at the bit. I think that's what it is. The chipping at the bit to get at you, man. So you got a problem. Then you got Kansas City on Netflix. That's kind of wild. You got Kansas City. You got to play them. That's not an easy win. Now, granted, here's the thing: Cincinnati for your last game of the season. You see what I'm saying? This is not the rest of your schedule. The rest of the Steelers schedule is not easy. It is getting tough. It is tough right here. Cleveland, not an easy win. Cincinnati, that's a loss. Cincinnati, not an easy win. Cleveland, not an easy win. Philly, not an easy win. Baltimore, not an easy win. Kansas City, not an easy win. Cincinnati, it's the last game of the season, and I'm still gonna say it's not the easy win because let's be real, Cincinnati probably gonna be just sitting there playing spoiler anyway. Like, if I ain't gonna make it, you ain't making it either. Come here, that's what they're gonna do because the division's tight. That's why I said from the very beginning, whoever is the first team in this division to make it to 10 is the team that's going to make it in. Here's the crazy part. I actually have 3 teams coming out this division to make it. Come over here. Let's look at the stands, the standings for everything, because this is the most important part. Hold on, let me adjust this real quick. Adjust. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. So here's the trick. Right now in the AFC East, Buffalo Bills is running away with this thing. They're in. Let's just call it what it is. They're in the playoffs, right? You see anybody else in this team that's the threat that's gonna get on there? No. Everybody else is kind of fall off. Like they're in. Okay, so that's one. Steelers, they're in. Baltimore, they're in. Most likely. The Bengals. The Bengals can get in at 9-8, bro. Matter of fact, it's not gonna be 9-8. They could run the tables. They could run the tables. The defense is really, really bad, but they can win these last games. They cannot lose any more games. Cleveland can win some games now. So they may be still in. Here's the thing: the reason why I'm saying that these guys can still in because I look at every other division and I'm just like, what the piss? Okay, Houston Texans can get in. Colts. I mean Houston Texans in. Indianapolis Colts maybe. That's it. Everybody else is in trouble. Kansas City in. Los Angeles Chargers. They're looking in right now, right? Denver Broncos. Let's be real. Denver Broncos just fucked around and got there. They just fucked around and found out. Okay? Let's be real. Because did they really think they're going to come out there and win 6 games at the beginning of the season? No. Did they almost beat the Chiefs? And I know the Chiefs ain't balling. I know they ain't doing that good. I know they ain't doing all that. But just the fact that they even were close to doing it tells you that they're a lot better than we thought. And now, I'm going to sit here and say this for the future. Kansas City Chiefs, you better watch your back. Because the Denver Broncos are on their way, and also the Chargers are on their way too. Because the Chargers are actually built to beat you. Was a run and defense kind of team? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at this, the real team that's gonna throw you off is one of these teams from the AFC West. The Bengals, if they run the table like we think they can, maybe. But if they don't, then it goes down to one of these teams they're gonna be in. Right? So let's just look at the conference real quick. Let's just see what they're looking like. So you got Kansas City in, Buffalo in. Get rid of the goddamn match. So we got Kansas City in, right? Matter of fact, I'll just do this. Real quick. Filters. Yeah, that's good. All right, so look at this. You got Kansas City number 1, Buffalo 2, Pittsburgh in. These guys are in, right? Division leader. These guys are in. These guys most likely going to be in just based off of their record. Then you got Baltimore being in. That's 6 slots right there. So it's 7, right? So who's going to be the last one to get in there? It looking like Denver. They can beat the Raiders. They're going to have trouble with the Browns. I don't think the Browns is an easy win. I don't think the Colts are an easy win. Kind of. I don't know. They can get the dub. Chargers, that's not an easy win. Bengals, I don't think that's an easy win. And then you got the Chiefs. I don't think that's an easy win. So, how much potential do we actually see in the Browns? I mean, in the Broncos. I think they definitely have one win. They definitely have a 1. I just don't know about the others. The others is where things get kind of iffy. And even with the Browns, you don't know what type of Jameis you're going to get, right? Are you going to get good Jameis? The Jameis that can see, or Jameis that needs LASIK? You don't know. But Jameis is playing like he can see, so we'll see. The Colts is a maybe. They're possible. We don't. The situation was Anthony Richardson. We don't know. It's up in the air, so we can figure that out. Let's look at the next team. I'm counting Dolphins out. I'm counting them out. I don't care. Even with Tua back, it's getting cold, and Tua don't play good in the cold, so that's why I don't have to look at his schedule. Look at that. The Colts, they got the Lions, the Patriots, Broncos, Tennessee, Giants, Jaguars. They're winnable games, but we're talking about the Colts here. They're not going to beat the Lions. I don't think they are. It could be an upset. It could be a trap game. It could be a trap game. They don't defend. The Lions don't do good against running quarterbacks. So we'll see. The Patriots. Drake May is balling, man. If y'all haven't been paying attention, Drake May is balling right now. All right, Young Buck came in there and started doing some things. Got the wide receivers looking good. So mm, I don't think they an easy out. I think the Patriots are playing just to see what they got. You know, they come on now. Like I know they're playing just to see what they got. You know, let's be real. Broncos. The Broncos gonna be. I think just elevating. Like Sean Payton got Bo Nix elevating, like just nicely too. So whatever happens, whatever record they can walk out of here, they're gonna be proud of it. They just walk out of there with 500 over a 500 record. Mm-hmm. Titans, that's a win. Giants, Giants are in trouble. Giants, boy. We'll talk about the Giants here in a minute. And Jaguars, man. Are they still a team, bro? I don't even know. I think they're just a team with a logo. I think they're a logo. You know what I'm saying? They're just there. At this point, let's be real. So let's look. Let's go. Let's look. So you see what I'm saying? Now the Bengals, what do they have left on their schedule? This is why I kind of say that the Bengals can kind of make it. So they got the Steelers, right? Can they beat the Steelers? They kind of can. It's a division game. Make it ugly, okay? Defense, step up, make it happen. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The Cowboys. I'm not gonna say the bye week, but it's an easy week, okay? This is an easy week. Titans, you can get the win. Defense is pretty solid, but you can get the win. Um, the Browns, it's a division game. Broncos, that might be a little tougher than we think. And then Steelers at the end. How much do you believe in Joe Burrow? That's the question. How much do we believe in Joe Burrow? I don't know. I believe Joe Burrow is playing out of this world. But if he was on a winning team right now, we'll have some more confidence in him. But the defense is giving us so much cheeks. It's hey, bro, it is what it is. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this whole thing. For the NFC, I think the NFC just is really just shaping itself out right now. Detroit Lions number one, Phillies is number two, Green Bay. Hold on, there's another number two. Where's the other? There's a number three. That's what I'm looking for. Arizona Cardinals on top of that division. But let's be very clear. This division is tighter than we need to know. What is this? The NFC West? I believe that's what it is. The NFC West. Yeah. The NFC West is tight. Look at that. 6-5, 6-4, 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. Man, what? Man, this junk is tight, bro. Whoo, this thing is tight. So somebody needs to pop out. No one has destroyed this division. No one has really coming out. So the best way to figure this out, you go look at the schedule. Okay, let's look at the schedule. All right. So what they got? They got Seahawks. Okay, division. They got the Vikings. You can win that. Seahawks again. Fooled me once, but I don't think you can fool me twice. Okay. So Patriots, you can get that. Panthers, come on, easy dub. Rams, not an easy dub. Not an easy dub. It's a division game too, so it's not an easy dub. 49ers, I think right there at this point, at the end of the season, last game, I think it's winning. I think it's a winning in situation. Yep. I think it's a win and get in situation at the end. If it doesn't happen there, it's gonna happen with the Rams. But I think it's a win and get in situation. All right, so we see that. Go to the Rams. The Rams are full power now. Okay, they got everybody. Puka Nakua is out there pukuing. Okay, Cooper Cup is cupping, and Kyron Williams is showing why his last name is Williams. Okay, because he out there just making the mama proud. You feel me? Look at this. They got the Eagles. That's not an easy win. Okay, that's not it. It's a good game. That's gonna be a good game. That's definitely gonna be a good game. That's why they put it down for the Sunday night football game because that's gonna be a good one. The Saints. I'm not gonna say it's an easy win, but they're a challenge. They're definitely a challenger. The Bills. That one's gonna be tough. That one's gonna be tough. That one's gonna be tough. Yeah, that one's gonna be tough. They can beat them because they're at home. Yeah, they can beat them. 49ers. They could beat them. Yeah, they could beat them. They could beat them. The Jets, you definitely beat them. Cardinals, not an easy win. Not an easy win. Okay, Kyler Murray is balling right now. I can't lie. Kyler Murray is balling right now. I just wish he added more Marvin Harrison Jr. in his balliness. Okay, because Marvin Harrison Jr. is a phenomenal talent, and to draft him that way and draft him that high and not utilize him like he's Malik Neighbors or something, it's just blowing my mind. And then you got the end that you got the Seahawks, and it goes back to what I was saying before. I think it's more like a win and get in kind of situation. Like it's tight. This division is really tight. Seahawks. I'm really trying to find out which one has the easiest schedule. Cardinals, Jets, Cardinals, Packers, Vikings, Bears. Ooh, the Seahawks might be out. That's a tough. That's tough. That's tough for them. They got to play the Cardinals twice. They got to play the Jets. That's a win. They got the Packers. Packers is not an easy win. Vikings is not an easy win. The Bears. You're going to hear it from me first. The Bears might be an inspired team by this time. As in, something is going to happen that's going to inspire the team, and they're going to finish the season out strong. There you go. The Rams at the end. Just saying, it's not easy, man. The Seahawks got a tough. Packers tough. Bills tough. Bears, Rams, Dolphins. They can lose to the Dolphins, bro. They're a challenger. They're a challenge. Lions lost. Cardinals. I don't know. This division is gonna definitely come down to the end. I think it's gonna be a lot of win and get in situations. So there you go. Yawning. I get on my computer and I start yawning. What's going on? I might have to drink some coffee or something like that. Get an energy drink or something. I need some G Fuel. That's what I need. What's up, G Fuel? I do like G Fuel. G Fuel's really good. So yeah, so we got look at the NFC conference. Detroit, Philly, Arizona Cardinals, Atlanta Falcons at 4. Atlanta's gonna get in. I just don't see how they not get in. True honesty. Tampa Bay was like the last challenge, and yeah. So, anyways, in Green Bay, what I told you, that NFC North division, like, don't get twisted. The NFC West is very competitive, but I told you the NFC North was going to be the most interesting one, and it is proving me right now. Because Minnesota Vikings is, look at that. They might have 3 teams get in, bro. Like, it's literally like that. It's literally like that. They may have 3 teams get in. Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings, Green Bay Packers, and then the Chicago Bears. I had them out because I'm like, you guys got a rookie quarterback. Like, you should be just trying to figure that out. And as you can see, quarterback development is a problem. We will talk about it on our podcast. So yeah, and yeah. So man, it's getting tight out here, people. I just know they better buckle up. It's gonna be a ride. It is definitely going to be a ride. I think the Bucks are out. I think they have too many injuries going on. And granted, let me be very clear. Baker Mayfield is balling. Okay, let's be very clear. Baker Mayfield is balling. He is not the problem. I know some people want to think like, oh my God, Baker Mayfield is terrible. No. Baker Mayfield is balling this season. It's just that everybody's hurt. So yeah, there you go. What else? What's we talking about? Ooh, man, we're out there. All right. I guess we'll get to it. So let's talk about First Take. Right. Or matter of fact, give me a second. I'm gonna get the first take in a second. All right, we're gonna get the first take in a second. So stand by real quick. Stand by real quick. I'm gonna get these. I'm gonna make some coffee real quick. Yep. I might as well play this real quick because we gotta hear this. Hold on. Is this the one where they? Let me look on this one.
The opportunity to play for the New York Giants was truly a dream come true, and I'm extremely grateful to the Mara and Tisch families for the chance to play here. Of course, this season has been disappointing for all. I did not play well enough consistently enough to help the team get the results. So the idea to change something happens, and I understand. I love the game. I love being part of a team. I'm excited for the next opportunity. I know that there's a lot of good football in front of me, and I'm excited about that.
You guys think he had this saved in his notes since like 2020? In all seriousness, DJ, I could have saved you like 90 seconds. A rewrite. Sorry you paid me $108 million for one playoff win, and I look forward to reviving my career as Brock Purdy's backup. The end.
L, wrong words. How did the Giants feel about that?
Oh, man. I cannot look at my mentions right now. They are big mad at me, calling me all kinds of names, calling me out my name, calling me things you would never say, Pastor Ryan Clark, on a Sunday. Here's the...
Okay, let me sum it up real quick. I'm gonna watch this. Basically, Elle is over here defending her point and everything like that. Everybody else is pretty much in agreement. It's like, yo, for everybody to pretty much come in there and, you know, come at Elle for how she was going about things. The cast of First Take, they're like, no. Like, you guys been, the Giants, especially the New York Giants called in pretty much trying to get her in some type of trouble. Bruh, you guys did Daniel Jones wrong, and her job to report on it. If she made a little joke about it, it doesn't matter. As long as she doesn't talk about the personal life, it's all good. So what I'm gonna say is, mind your business, okay? Stay over there, fix your situation over there, because you're not trying to do that. All right. Anyways, we'll get to that later. So that's what she says.
Here's what I'll say. I think you are phenomenally talented. Honestly, I watch the 6 o'clock Sports Center every day, and before I even saw this, I was 100.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't like it when people start off saying that. Like, I'm the person who does it too. I do it too. Like, oh man, I think you're phenomenally talented. It's like, once you say that, there's a but that's coming after that. There's a but, and you're gonna hear it. You're gonna be like, as soon as they hear it, you're like,
percent with you, because you're so funny, you're so intelligent, you have such a good personality, you're so snarky, and I just feel like the timing of it, when I heard him, it was kind of like kicking a man when he's down.
Fair.
So
you're kicking a man when he's down. Look, he's down there because he put himself down there. I don't want to hear that. All right, like, I love me some Molly. I think she's a great human being. You see what I'm saying? Like, when you say it like that, it sounds like there's a butt coming after it. Me personally, I'm just not a person who adds emotions in when it comes down to logic. And I felt like this whole decision of keeping Daniel Jones was literally an emotional. It was more them doubling down on the wrong. Let's just be real. The Giants is an atrocity as an organization. Something needs to happen so they can make some actual progress. They've been bad for a long time, and I honestly, let's be real, I feel like Eli Manning was so good that he literally just held it up enough to get you guys to the Super Bowl. I think Eli Manning was actually that good of a quarterback. I feel like the Giants probably held him back the most. So there you go. Anyways, so Molly pretty much says, hey, you know, she just felt like it was kicking the man when he's down. Everybody else did not feel like that. Let's be very clear. I just want to get to the part where Stephen A. talks about his thing. And yes, I'm going off like some third party people. I just want to hear it. Because I felt like Stephen A. I felt like he hit it right on the head though. So let's get to him.
Executives for people to not call ESPN about her, for her to not have articles written about the way that she's doing her job, if we can't say something about the way Daniel Jones is doing his.
First of all, you're 1,000% right. Let's get that out the way first. Secondly, you're right as well. Thirdly, I understand the level of sensitivity, but Cam is right too, Molly, because this is a performance-based business. Nobody's talking about your personal life. Nobody's gotten into anything. Your performance was put on public display, and you were 20 games under 500. You have been abhorrent. You have been awful as the quarterback for the New York Giants, and on top of it all, they let go of Saquon Barkley to make sure they took care of you. They gave you the bag instead of him, which is another blemish. But here's the biggest thing, and I'm going to end it by saying this. The New York Giants, respectfully, shut the hell up. Y'all are awful as an organization. You won a Super Bowl in 2007. You won a Super Bowl in 2011. Outside of that, since 2011, the Giants have made, that's 13 years, the Giants have made the playoffs twice. They won one playoff game. And you got the nerve to sit up there and put on and call the officers and complain to executives about somebody that went on national television to do their job. Why don't you do your damn job as an organization? Y'all are sorry.
Agreed.
Y'all are pathetic. The only reason why you get away with it is because the Jets have been worse. Because they ain't make the damn playoffs.
No, hold on. Now, let me be very clear. You see Stephen A. going off, all right? I got to stop it real quick. Stephen A. is going off right now, and I'm going to be real with you. I totally agree with him. And the way he did this, it was like, bam! Like that, hey, look, you're going to watch it. It's going to get you hyped up real quick. Let him cook.
Since 2010. And you got the nerve to sit up there and call the network because you want to whine and moan about your ineptitude being put on public display. Well, maybe if you let people watch it for free and then charge them for coming to watch your sorry asses, maybe you would have been in a position to say something. But you didn't. Go to break. They ain't worth another.
FYI, they went to break right after, okay? They went to break right after. Let me be very clear about this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me be very clear about this. Bravo, Stephen A. Bravo. Bravo, Stephen A. Bravo, man. Look, could have said better myself. New York Giants, figure your own crap out, man. Get your shit together, bro. Straight like that. Like, don't come at me because you ain't good. Because you screwed up on the pooch. You doubled down on him. You screwed the pooch on that. The world, everybody outside of the matter of fact, I don't even want to say outside the New York Giants because I think the players in the locker room and everywhere else was saying, this guy's not that good. He's not good. He's not that guy. You're the ones who said, we want him. Not only do we going to show that we want him, but we're getting rid of one of our best players to do it. And now you get mad at everybody else for calling a spade a spade? Are you kidding me? Come on, bruh. Y'all gotta cut it out, man. Y'all got to cut it out, man. Look, Giants, just say you screwed the pooch. You messed up. Just say you did. Just say you messed up, man. Call a spade, say that you were wrong. See, that's the problem. They won't say that because I can sit here and tell you, in the world of business, the one thing you never want to do is admit fault. Okay? Don't admit the fault. You just don't. Okay? You just don't admit fault. Doesn't matter. We'll sell it in some other fashion, but one thing you will not do, you will not admit fault. They just make moves that say I admit the fault, but they admit the fault. So, yeah, Stephen A. went off on that. Well deserved. And yeah, hey, look, Stephen A. run that thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Told them boys, hey, go to commercial. They went to commercial. It's boss moves right there, man. Hey, real talk. The whole day, Stephen A. was on one, man. I ain't gonna lie, Stephen A. was on one today, boy. Hey, Stephen A. was on one today, cause that ain't the first time. Oh, FYI, the Giants they parted ways. The Giants released Daniel Jones.
Hot topic. Hal, I'll come to you on this one. Daniel Jones has been released from the Giants.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we said this yesterday when we were talking about the timing, and he had intimated too, he wasn't exactly sure what his future.
FYI, when he was saying his speech, it sounded like a going away speech. They put him down as the fourth string safety. The fourth string safety, not even a quarterback. The fourth string safety, that means it's something in your contract that we're not willing to pay, so we're going to keep you on there. Giants said, hey, F it. Let him go.
It would look like if he would stay around the team, if he'd pull a Derek Carr via the Raiders and whatnot, which is why I thought the timing was so absurd and silly. Certainly, I knew he wasn't going to stick around as the fourth-string quarterback, but this was the right decision, and it was obviously a fait accompli. We knew we were going to be here.
Now it kind of makes sense why he came out and made that statement yesterday.
Well, I feel like maybe you make that statement today.
I think the statement should be made now.
Do you make it today?
I think now.
Yes, but it kind of makes a little more sense knowing that he probably knew this was coming today.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. It should have been reversed.
Well, you could say that it should have been reversed unless they told him yesterday that he was released, and then he decided to just go out there before it became announced officially.
Yeah. Cam?
It all makes sense. Time will tell, as my grandma would say. Time will tell. And Lord Jesus, it was because it was given the energy like, what are you doing? It like you're benched. You're not. This is not your last snap. But it inevitably.
Yeah, we don't need to see no more else. Look, man. This is the Giants. Here's the thing. I don't even want to say this is the Giants, like, coming around. Oh, we messed up. We're coming around to it. That's not what's happening. I think somebody reached out to the Giants and said, this guy's trash, and we need to do something about it. The fact that you benched him was already a bad look, and then you put him down as a fourth-string safety. Not even quarterback. You put him down as a fourth-string safety. FYI, ladies and gentlemen, there are teams out there that only have 2 quarterbacks on the rosters. Some have 3. Well, 4? There ain't no 4. 53-man roster. You think I'm really about to waste it on from freaking quarterbacks? Come on, dude. You got 2, and then you got 2 and a possible 3. I mean, you got 2 and a possible. Okay, 2 and a possible. There you go. So yeah, man, look, Stephen A was on one today, boy. I love it. When more videos come out, I know they talk about the podcast situation.
Those debates, social media obviously is a double-edged sword that's infiltrated all facets of society, especially sports.
They talked to Michael Parsons. He laughed about it. He's like, bro, how you got, like, we had this stuff for a long time, man. And hold on, let's just get to this part.
That occasionally I like to clap back. It's very cathartic. It's very cathartic. You gotta let it out every now and then. You just don't have to live on it. That's all. It's very cathartic. Let me say this last because I know we're going to commercial break. Let me say this to y'all, America. There is a level of cathartic feeling where telling somebody to kiss your ass really feels very good. It's very, very liberating. You should try it sometime. You should try it.
Stephen A, you own one today, ain't you?
It's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. You damn right he cosigns. You know he cosigns. And so does
I'm just
RC.
mad
They just
that I'm
wouldn't use
not
that
in
language.
studio.
They just wouldn't use that language.
I'm mad.
Sometimes you need to.
Yeah. I be sitting on your mama jokes.
What'd you say,
sitting
Ken?
on them.
What'd you say, Ken?
I said I'm just mad that I'm not in studio to just chest bump. You've been getting it all today. You know what I'm saying? You've been getting your words and really put people in check. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the hood, you got that mama that just sit on the porch and just cover herself up and be like, oh, what he said.
That's a damn good. That's a
what you
damn good
doing today.
example.
What he said. Hey, look. Hey. That's why I love Cam, man. That man Georgia boy, for real. Man, look. Hey. Stephen A on one, boy. Shout out to this. This is probably one of the best episodes of First Take, for real, in a long time that I've seen that. Now, don't get it twisted. First Take is definitely number 1, okay? Let's be very clear. It just, man, this one definitely topped it right here. If you wasn't tuned in to this episode, man, you got to tune in now, man. Like, seriously, like, Stephen A was on one. But we'll get up out of here. For that one, I still gotta make my cup of coffee. As I was, I grind mine up and all that stuff. So, all that stuff. Kendrick Lamar dropped a new album. I'm not gonna play it on stream, but I am gonna take some time out today and take a gander at it, and I'm come back and talk about it. But what I will sit down and do, I want to look at the rest of these teams real quick. All right. I want to look at the rest of these guys. Filters. Come over here, ESPN. There we go. Cool. I do want to look at the schedule real quick. Upcoming games for this week. Just get my thoughts on it. I'm not going to tell you who I think is going to win. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. Kind of give an example of things. All right, so first game we got Minnesota at Chicago Bears. The line is Vegas got them at -3.5 for Minnesota. I did too. I think Minnesota should win that game. It's just because the Bears they got problems. They got upstairs problems, and until they get that resolved, I just think that the Minnesota Vikings can overcome. Easy. I think Chicago has too many problems. Detroit, Indianapolis. Come on now, Detroit all the way. Do we need to talk about it? They're going to score. I can't talk about the Detroit Lions and how they're going to win because look, when you start throwing back shoulder fades to the lineman, that's how you know it's what is this, practice? Is this like after practice? Like if you ever been to a football practice, you've been a football player, and you know at the end of the practice when y'all don't did all the drills and y'all just effing around and stuff like that, that's what you start doing. You start throwing the ball. You start doing crazy stuff with the lineman. You start if this guy makes the field goal, if the lineman if George over here makes the field goal, I'll end practice. But if he doesn't, you guys got to give me 5 laps. All right? Come on, George. Let's get it. George comes up there and he nails it. Practice going, man, we going home, kiss the kids and everything like that. That's what Detroit is doing right now, okay? They in that joint. As in practice was real good. It was so good that we ain't gotta run those laps. Matter of fact, the coach wasn't gonna make us run 5 anyway. He really gonna make us like maybe run 1 and then call it and then say, hey, I gotta go home to my kids too. Y'all get up out of here. All right. I just want to make sure y'all stay committed. All right. Anyways, next game we got New England at Miami. I got Miami. So does Vegas. Vegas got Miami. Tampa Bay, New York Giants. They got problems right now. I got Tampa Bay coming out of there. Dallas, Washington. If you thinking Dallas can win, then you're clearly a Dallas Cowboy fan. They got Washington beating them by 10.5. Okay. Carolina at bye week. Kansas City at bye week. They will forever be a bye week until they do right by Cam. I don't care what you say. They will forever be a bye week. Tennessee at Houston. Man, look. It's a division game, so it could get kind of nasty. Houston, get up. Denver at Las Vegas. I'm not gonna say Denver because Denver just have more. They just have more oomph. You know what I mean? Like they just got a little bit more than Raiders. San Francisco, Green Bay. That was tough. That was gonna definitely be a game. That's gonna be a game to watch. Definitely gonna have to watch that. Vegas got Green Bay at -3. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. Arizona at Seattle. I told you these games getting tight now. Getting tight. That was gonna be interesting. That was gonna be a good game. I don't even know what to say. They got. You can see even by the line, they got them at -1. That means, hey, look. It's okay. It's not too over the top, but usually Seattle would be, leading because they got the home field advantage, and they said, hey, we believe that the Arizona Cardinals are good enough to overcome your home field advantage. We just don't think it's by much. Philadelphia and Los Angeles Rams. I think it's gonna be a whole lot closer. They got Philly at -3. At -3. It sounds right. It sounds right. I like the Rams though. I just think the Rams, because they're healthy, I think we don't know about them yet. So yeah, I think we're figuring that out. Baltimore at Chargers. Believe it or not, this is gonna actually be a good game because the Chargers are a lot better than what we think they are. And Baltimore, they're. Let's talk about Baltimore. Let's talk about this because Baltimore stresses me out. Let's be very clear. Baltimore stresses me out, and this is why Baltimore stresses me out. It's because Baltimore is trying to be something that they're not. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Maybe they're trying different ways to win. You know what I mean? Like maybe they're just saying we don't want to completely abandon this, so we're gonna try it just so you can get a feel for it. I believe that could be a reason. I think that could be a reason why they're doing it. Look at their record. They're 7-4, right? FYI, let's pay attention to these losses real quick. What did they do in this loss right here? They didn't run the ball enough with Derrick Henry. What did they do here? They didn't run the ball enough with Derrick Henry. What did they do here? They didn't run the ball enough with Derrick Henry. What did they do here? They didn't run the ball enough with Derrick Henry. You think I'm lying? Check it out. Rushing leader. Derrick Henry, 13 carries. Hold up. Raiders. 18 carries. $11 carries. 13 carries. You see what I'm saying? What are you doing? What that's what I'm saying. Like, what are the Raiders? I mean, the Ravens. What are the Ravens doing? Because it's like, that's not who you are. When you bring Derrick Henry onto your team, when you bring that man, right? When you bring King Henry onto the scene, that is your identity. When King Henry comes onto the scene, that is your team. That is your identity. That is how you roll from now on. I don't care what else you got going on. Everything is second fiddle to King Henry. Okay? The reason why is because when you bring this man onto the team, your whole offensive formation changes. You can't do the shotgun no more because Derrick Henry is a long strider. You can't do it. I've been trying to tell y'all because Derrick Henry is about what? Derrick Henry is 6'2", 247 pounds. I'm 6'3". He's a long strider. He's a long strider. So therefore, you need to run at a I formation, pistol, 11 personnel. Like it has to be that. It has to be Lamar Jackson under center type of joints. And if it's not that, it is pistol. Pistol is like where you like the quarterback is a little farther back, and then like the running back is behind him. Okay, so you can do it like that. That's pretty much how you have to roll the team now because you got Derrick Henry on your team. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. You have Derrick Henry on your team. That's what you do now. Simple as that. Those games that they lost. Can I go back to it? Can we? What was going on there? That was weird. Those games that they lost because Derrick Henry was doing too much. Freaking ads. Derrick Henry was doing too much. Derrick Henry didn't do enough. Let's be very clear. And that's because they didn't give him enough opportunities to do enough. Right? Like when they played Pittsburgh, should have ran the ball more. Because T.J. Watt popped off on this game, and honestly, he shouldn't have, but he did. Cleveland, the loss to Cleveland. Derrick Henry didn't run enough. But you had Lamar Jackson passing freaking ball like crazy. You see what I'm saying? 38 attempts, 33 attempts. Don't get it twisted. They won games and stuff like that. But these are also the same games where Derrick Henry went off. So my point is that the Ravens are trying to be something that they're not. But that's why I also said maybe they're just trying to figure it out. Maybe they're like, we know what our identity is, but we want to see what else we can do. And that might be what they're trying to do. I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, I'm trying to give them that. Yeah, I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're just trying to say, hey, we know that, Derrick Henry is pretty much the man, but we need to try another angle just so we can try to be successful. You know what I mean? Like, we're just trying to find our way to we're just trying to find another way. We're trying to see if we got a left hook too. Okay, maybe we got a left jab, maybe something like that. We know we got the right hook. We know we got the one hitter quitter. You know what I'm saying? But maybe we gotta see what else we got under this thing. And I think that's what they're doing. Which is why, like, when they drafted the Deontay Johnson, I was like, okay, cool. You got Deontay Johnson. I don't think they even needed him. I thought Rashad Bateman, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I would probably trade him at this point. I think Devontae, actually I don't know about that. I'm take that back. I don't know because he's young. But here's the thing. Because of the way the Ravens offense rolls, it needs to be more run heavy because that's just how their team is built. But they need to do it more of an I formation and then play off the play action after that. All right, that's how the Ravens should operate. The thing is, it's going to come at the cost of the wide receivers. The wide receivers are going to take the most hits because they're not going to meet it to their quota, what they need for their contracts. Unless the quota is like down, unless it's really far down, I just don't think it's enough. They're not going to get enough attempts or anything like that to make it through. But they could like totally kill in touchdowns. But here's the thing. That's why I'm saying, like, this offense, if it has to pass, yeah, Zay Flowers, he can go off. But I think it's really going to come down to Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews is going to be between him and Derrick Henry is going to be the biggest red zone threats. Because Derrick Henry, he can just run it up the gut. Like, it's freaking Derrick Henry, okay? Let's be real. But if they clog the lanes, which you can't stop Derrick Henry, you just got to get to him before he gets to the line of scrimmage. That's the trick. You have to get to him before he gets to the line of scrimmage. Then Mark Andrews comes into play. The thing is like there was a period of time where Mark Andrews wasn't popping off, and people were super nervous about that. And the reason why, and I can sit here and tell you right now, the reason why that was happening because the right tackle is a problem. The right tackle for the Ravens is a problem. Okay, it's still a problem. The reason why you haven't heard so much of it being a problem lately is because one, Mark Andrews been chipping off of him. Okay, he's been chipping the defensive end, and also they haven't really played any real good defensive lines. So Mark Andrews been kind of bouncing off of that, and then what happens is he chips right there, and then he catches on the backside, which is why you've been seeing him getting these wide open plays. I'm just saying. You think I'm joking? Like and subscribe. And once I get enough money to, enough reason to actually review film and everything like that, I will show you. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, he was right. So there you go. So yeah. Put the mic back. Put it back in the holster. It's 1:37. I'm going to get up out of here. I just want to make sure I get that thoughts off. Get that out of here. Right. I gotta listen to the new Kendrick Lamar album. I gotta listen to that. I gotta listen to a new Kendrick Lamar album. That's one thing I have to do. I'm trying to think. Is there anything sports related that I need to talk to? We'll talk more at my boy Q Max podcast. We'll talk more there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got some stories that he want me to talk about. But that's gonna be it's a good day. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and listen to this Kendrick Lamar album. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it, and yeah, we'll talk about some other stuff, some random stuff, and everything like that. Might even get into relationships. I know y'all want to hear about me talk about relationships. No, you don't. And things like that. But yeah, I know one thing that talking to my one of my female friends. She was so cool, such a sweet woman. She says that women love to hear guys' perspective on dating. And my thought is, no, you don't. Because if you did, you listen. But y'all don't. Not her. She actually is a really good listener. It's the other women. We'll talk about it. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.